Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If I were to ask you which main series Pokemon game is the hardest, some would say it's Pokemon Platinum or Black 2, but I would say it's Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. These games have a ton of battles, from trials to island challenges to a lot of evil team fights, and especially the god-forsaken 5 hours of cutscene. And today I will be doing a hardcore Nuzlocke of Pokemon Ultra Moon. The rules are fairly simple. We can only catch one Pokemon on each route, and if a Pokemon faints we won't be able to use it, and additionally we cannot use items in battles, and we have to play on set mode while not being able to overlevel past the level caps. We start the journey as Professor Kokui is calling us. We tell him our name is Poco, and the game cuts to a sick cutscene with Lily and her Pokemon being chased. Anywho, the Meowth then wakes us up and our mom tells us to get dressed and go out to the new region of Alola, where right as I try to enter a patch of grass, a Yungoos pops up and tries to kill me. But the 3 starters save my ass. Kakui then tells us to pick a starter, and I pick the best one, the only, the owl, Rowlet. We name him Dini on celebration of Leicester City being relegated. Then we head over to Iki Town, and before we get to enter, an overgenic kid asks Kakui for a Pokemon and he picks Poplio, and he challenges me to a battle where my Rowlet absolutely destroys him. Kakui tells us to check out the town, but we go above the town to some kind of path and see Lily and her Cosmog in trouble, so like the warrior and main character we are, we jump to the broken bridge to save the Cosmog. We beat up a Spearow, and while protecting Nebby, she uses power breaking the bridge, and Tapu Koko has to save me. Even though everyone knows I would have pulled a Tai Lung and ran across the broken bridge, but Tapu Koko also gives us some sort of crystal. Hala returns to the town and gives us the Z bracelet, and we go back to our house. Rowlet and Meowth become best friends, and the next day Kakui comes to our house to take us out for the festival. He also teaches us how to catch Pokemon, and in Route 1 we catch a Bunyeri we name Pavlovich. We make our way to Iki Town and we see 2 mysterious people talking to each other. We eavesdrop and they leave the way to the town. In the town, everybody was celebrating the festival, and Hao challenges us for a battle. Pavlovich deals with the Pichu and Dini smacks the Popplio, and we win the battle with ease. After the fight, Kakui tells us to challenge all of the trials in the 4 islands of Alola, which we accept and we go back home. The next morning, Lily comes to take us to meet Professor Kakui at his home in Hau'oli outskirts, where we also catch Harry the Slowpoke. Kakui and his Rockruff seems to be fighting each other in his house, shaking the entire house. Inside, he gives us the Rotom Dex, and Hau also pops out of nowhere, being excited as always. Lily then takes us to the Pokemon Center, and the teacher tells us to challenge the trainer school. We also catch Barbatov the Zorua in trainer school. We beat up 3 students before fighting the strongest student, who had 1 Ekans, which didn't cause any problems. The principal calls us to meet her after the battle. She is shocked that we beat her students and challenges us for a battle. She has the starter stronger against us, so she has a Litten. We yawn with Slowpoke and swap around the team and yawn again and finally finish the job with Slowpoke. Turns out the captain Ilima is impressed and tells me to challenge her trial. Everyone bids us goodbye from the trainer school, and Hala takes the Taurus away, opening the way to Hau'oli City. In Hau'oli outskirts, we catch Gallagher the Alolan Meowth. We evolve Pavlovich and Gallagher into Lopunny and Persian. Going down the beach, we meet Team Skull for the first time, and they do not pose any threats, and we dispose of them easily. Seeing us cook the Team Skull grunts, Ilima challenges us for a battle. The Yungoos gets destroyed by Lopunny, and Persian bites the Smeargle to death for a trivial battle. Above Hau'oli City in Route 2, we catch Vardy the Makuhita. We go to the beach where there were even more Team Skull grunts, and like before, we send them scurrying away. We go to a spooky cemetery where we catch Diaz the Zubat, and we go inside the Verdant Cavern to start our first ever trial. We beat up the Rattatas that were hiding with Vardy, and Team Skull were trying to challenge the totem Pokemon for their own good, but they see Gallagher and run away. After that, we finally reach the Totem Raticate. It has plus 1000 aura, which increases its defense, but we have Jamie freaking Vardy, who does 4 times more damage with arm thrusts, who kills the ally Raticate before we swap into Gallagher, who kills the totem Raticate with a couple of swifts, completing the first trial, and Ilima gives us the Normalium Z. We meet the weird guys from earlier and they greet us for completing the trial. We can now catch Pokemon in the cavern, and we catch Sobuzlai the Noibat. Outside the cavern, Kokui teaches us how to use Z moves in battles by annihilating a random wild Growlithe. In Route 3 we catch Zlatan the Cutiefly. We see that Lily's Cosmog escaped from her bag again in Melee Meadow, and we have to find her. We see Solera bullying the Cosmog in a cave, and we go and challenge her. She has a level 13 Furfrou and my team is level 12. It crits Shobuzlai with Headbutt, one-shotting him, and gives our first death. We pivot around the team with Gallagher, Pavlovich, and Berbatov as Pavlovich finishes the Demon Furfrou with a return. They let Nebby go and we take her back to Lily, who thanks for saving her. Right as we go out of the meadow, Hao comes running and challenges us for a battle. Dini kills his lead Poplio with a few Razor Leaves. The Noibat and Pikachu both get one shot by a return from Pavlovich. Kukui tells me and Hao to challenge Hala, and Hao takes off. We go back inside the meadow to catch the electric Oricorio we name Alvarez, and inside of Seaward Cave we catch Dembele the Smoochum. We go downwards from Route 3 and reach Iki Town again, where Hala has been waiting to challenge us. Hala has a team of fighting types, so we bring our best Psychic, Flying, and Fairy types. And Vardy, because it's Jamie freaking Vardy. Hala leads with his Machop and we lead with Alvarez, who kills the Machop, and Jin kills both the Makuhita and his Ace Crabrawler with air slashes, giving us an easy first grand trial. Hala rewards us with a Phytium Z, and a Tauros comes running in, and Hala gives us access to the pager and also teaches us how to ride the Tauros at any time. We evolve Dini and go to the docks of Howley City, where Lily and Kukui tell us to go Mantine surfing. We then head north towards the beach, where we meet Oak's brother Samson Oak, who tells us to collect the totem stickers around the map. In the beach we meet up with Hao and we go Mantine surfing, and we reach Heya City on Akala Island. We go with Hao to meet up with Kokui and Lily, and we also meet up with Olivia and Mallow. We go towards a mansion where we meet Dexio and Cinna. Cinna challenges me to a battle with her Glaceon. Vardy brings it down to yellow and paralyzes it with a Force Palm, but the Glaceon's Icy Wind was somehow enough to kill Vardy, and Pavlovich kills the Glaceon with one return. We say our condolences to Vardy and we head towards Route 4. In Route 4 we catch Sandro the Mudbray. We traverse through Route 4 and reach Paniola town, and Hao challenges us yet again for another battle. Dini two-shots his lead Brionne with Razor Leaves and Pikachu comes out. A return from Pavlovich one-shots it, but static procs, which paralyzes us. He sends out Noibat, who gets one-shot by a Powder Snow from Dembele. His final Pokemon Eevee dies to a few draining kisses from our very hot Zlatan. In Paliona town we see teams called bullying a poor man's Alolan Vulpix, and we teach them a lesson by beating them up once again. Over on Paniola Ranch we catch Daish the Mareep. We reach Route 5 where I catch Shaw the Fourmantis. In Route 5 we also meet the Edgelord himself, Gladion, for the first time. He leads off with a Zorua, and 2 drain cases from Zlatan kills it, and Icy Wind from Dembele deals with the incoming Zubat, and his Ace type Null is out. A pursuit while trying to switch sends Dembele to the hospital once more, and we send Gallagher out and he deals with the type Null at a whopping 6 HP. We then go into Brooklet Hill where we meet Lana and begin the trial. We go around the lake sending Wishy-Washis down a waterfall. Once we send a bunch of Wishy-Washis, the Totem Araquanid jumps out and challenges us for a battle. We lead with Dini and I misclick and take a lot of damage in the process. We send out Alvarez, but a Bubble Beam from Dupider and Araquanid is enough to somehow kill Alvarez. We send Daish as a bubble brings us to half health, and Charge Beam kills the ally Dupider, but the Araquanid calls a Masquerain, and a Bug Bite plus Bubble kills Daish, but static procs on the Masquerain. Pavlovich kills the Totem Araquanid with 2 returns, and the Masquerain uses scary faces to try and speed control. We send Gallagher out who kills the masquerade with a fake out and bites. Lana rewards us with the Waterium Z and we catch Jackson the Dewpider in Brooklet Hill. We track back to Paniola town and fish up Dalot the Magikarp, who we instantly evolve into Gyarados. We also track back all the way to Mille Island and go to Calais Bay to catch Vitinia the Bagon. We also make our way to 10 Carat Hill and catch Chialini the Mawile. We make our way back to Akala Island and challenge Soliera in Paniola Ranch, who has a Poipole that dies easily to Sandro. Down in Route 6 I catch Rudiger the Eevee and instantly evolve it into Umbreon. We beat up Team Skull once again and meet Hapu for the first time. After this encounter, we go to the Royal Avenue where we see the Masked Royal for the first time. I wonder who it could be. It's Kakui. Yeah, everyone knows it's you, Kakui. We evolve Jackson and head to the Wella Volcano Park to do Kiawe's trial, where we also catch Kelly the Cubone. We figure out the mistakes of the dancing Marowak, and I thought I would be able to heal and level up, but turns out I cannot. So I'm going in underleveled and without a team with full health. We lead with our 7 HP Gyarados and swap to Rudiger, who is put to red health due to the totem calling a Salazzle as well as we use a bite. We send Tentacool to try and use Hydro Vortex but we get outsped and killed. We sent out Sandro who kills the Salazzle with Bulldoze and deals good amount of damage to the Marowak. We then send out Jackson who can finally get a Hydro Vortex off, killing the totem Marowak. As a reward he gives us 10 Quick Balls and the Firium Z. We go to Dividing Peak Tunnel and meet Fico and Soleria in Route 8. We meet Colress from Black 2 and White 2, who is a good guy in this game? I don't know, but in Route 8 we catch Costa the Fletchling. We go back inside Dividing Peak Tunnel and a Wimpod jumps out and we catch it. We evolve Diaz into a Crobat and prepare for Mallow's trial. We have to find the ingredients for Mallow's secret recipe. We find all of the ingredients, then give them to her and she cooks her secret meal, and the totem, being a hungry totem, it comes and attacks us from behind. It has a speed aura, so it's gonna outspeed most of my team. Dallo lowers its attack with Intimidate, and we leer as a Solar Blade puts us above half health and Lurantis calls Kecleon. We swap to Diaz as the Kecleon sets up the sun and we cross poison the Lurantis, and it starts going for Synthesis as Kecleon screeches and uses Dizzy Punches. The Lurantis goes for Synthesis, which negates all the damage from cross poison, and we swap to Costa. A sun boosted Inferno Overdrive was somehow not enough to kill the Lurantis, and an Ancient Power from Kecleon kills Costa. We pivot to Dallo, who kills the Lurantis with a bite. We swap around the team and Rudiger kills the Kecleon, finally completing the trial. We go back inside the Lost Jungle to catch Jisung Park the Pinsir in the jungle. We meet Lily and her Cosmog outside the laboratory and we meet Kakui and his wife inside. We go through some stupid backstory of Lily and we reach Diglett's tunnel where I catch Grey the Alolan Diglett. We meet some people from the Aether Foundation who were working on the tunnel. We head a bit deeper and find more Team Skullgrunts and we team up with How and beat them up really easily. On the other side of the town we meet Looker who tells us some random things. We catch Wishiwashi, Ghastly and Stuffle before meeting up with Lumeria in the Alcala outskirts. Her team consists of a Golbat and Salandit which don't cause any problems and we defeat her easily. Then in the ruins we meet up with Olivia and we challenge her for the Grand Trial. Her team consists of the 2 Hoenn fossils and a Lycanroc with Continental Crush. Sandro takes out the lead Anorith and Lopa takes out the Lilip. We swap to Formantis on a Continental Crush which is more than enough to one-shot the poor flower. Sandro barely doesn't one-shot the Lycanroc with high horsepower, and we swap to Dallo who kills the dog with an Ice Fang. With the new level cap, we get lots of new evolutions including Beware, Zoroark, Golisopod, Modsdale and Alolan Dog Trio. We go to the headquarters of the Aether Foundation and meet up with Mommy, I mean Lucamine, and an Ultra Wormhole appears and Nihiglio comes out of it. Sandro one-shots the Nihiglio with a quad effective high horsepower. We make our way to Maule City and How instantly challenges us for a battle. His lead Brionne can't do anything to Dartrix, so he swaps to Noibat. Zoroark one-shots the Noibat with a crit Night Slash. and Sandro kills the Flareon, and Dartrix can finally kill the Brionne. He sends out Alolan Raichu, and a first impression kills him, and his last Pokemon, Tauros, gets walled by Beware. We catch Zuma the Ariados in Melee Garden and talk with Kokui before catching Kaisedo the Pancham on Route 11. We meet up with Hapu again and we go inside the library with Lily where we meet Acerola. We go back outside and catch an Alolan Grimer in Malice City. We catch Fiero in Route 10 and beat up a Team Skullgrunt. Kokui then comes to meet up with us and tells us to ride a bus and takes us to the top of Mount Hokulani. We catch a Beldrum in the grass outside the main area, and we go inside and do Sophocles trial, in which first we find the missing Charjabug and go inside and do some puzzles that electrocute the Charjabugs, which makes no sense. The final electric shock is so large and Togedemaru tries to become the hero and jumps in to protect the Charjabugs and turns into the totem Pokemon. Sandro puts Togedemaru down to half health as it calls Skarmory for help, and Sandro is left in red health. We swap to Alolan Marowak, who hits a Firium ZE onto Spiky Shield. We swap into Alolan Dugtrio, who gets Togedemaru into red health and dies. Beware finally kills the dumb totem with a Brick Break. The Skarmory starts spamming out Iron Defense and gets to +6, and our only special attack was Ominous Wind on Dartrix, and luckily that is enough to kill it. We evolve our starter into Decidueye and fly back to Malice City. We go to Male Garden to help Kokui with the Team Skullgrunts, and their leader Guzma pops up. He only has a Golisopod and a Masquerain only, which may not be a problem, but they are fully EV trained with max attack and special attacks. I, however, had no clue and got absolutely railed and wiped to this fight. If I had known they were max EV trained, then maybe I could have played it out differently, but we wiped. This won't be my only attempt though. I will come back one day and beat up Guzma, but not for long, cause this game is very slow and has so many damn cutscenes. But that is it for this video. Hope you all liked it and had a good time, and thanks for watching.